Hello and welcome back to our channel, How We Move the Decimal. In the next couple of videos, I am going to be listing greeting cards, and this is the same lot or same auction that I got all of the playing cards from. If you're sensing a theme here, I got playing cards, greeting cards, and slides. And this is also the lot that had a whole bunch of jewelry and like collector coins and stuff. So people that were bidding on that weren't bidding on the stuff I was bidding on, so I was able to get better deals. Honestly, looking at the auction lot in general, I know it was from the same estate, but if I was the auctioneer, this is speaking from 0 years of experience of being an auctioneer, just an auction goer. It's like you're saying you're a doctor on TV. But if I was the auctioneer, I probably would have split this up into 2 different auctions. I think that the jewelry and coins and stuff went as high as they were going to go, but the other stuff like this kind of trickled through. I will say before I even started listing this, I probably spent maybe 2 hours going through the box and sorting it out. It was a huge 35-gallon tub of greeting cards, and they were all just thrown in there. Some were in boxes, some were not. They weren't with their envelopes. Some were still unopened, some were opened and everywhere. So it probably took me around 2 hours to go through this all and sort it out into like sections. So what you're seeing me go through now, I have already sorted out into sections like Christmas cards, birthday cards, 4th of July cards, greeting cards, all of that. I have already sorted this out. And this is, I want to say, Christmas cards. I'm going through now, and I'm going to do all the Christmas cards at once, and then I will do all the birthday cards. If there were specific like cards that were collectible or from a specific artist, then those got in separate lots too. I think altogether there was about 400 cards I went through. I did not list any cards that did not have envelopes. So if they didn't have an envelope, they actually got donated to my mother-in-law's church, where they don't mind as long as they're unused cards. They don't mind if they have envelopes or not, because they use them as like gift tags and notes to each other and stuff. So they don't have to actually be mailed. They go through the church postal service, so the secretary at the church will just put it in the individual families' mailboxes at the church, so they don't have to necessarily have envelopes. And a lot of the older members of that church also like to go through and use them, so I'm perfectly fine with that. I donated altogether, it was a very full Walmart bag full of cards that either didn't have envelopes, or I had already listed the lot and found them later, which happened. And I pulled actually 2 boxes of Christmas cards out for us to use. They weren't going to sell for much, and it saves me money, so I don't have to buy those Christmas cards. But this is like the quintessential what I've talked about in previous videos. I'll sell what I can get my hands on. I do not specialize in anything. I do not specialize in sneakers. I do not specialize in vintage tees, collectible toys. If I get my hands on a t-shirt, if I get my hands on sneakers, if I get my hands on toys, I will sell that unless my husband wants the toys, and then he fights me for them, especially if it's Ninja Turtles. We're the generation where we grew up with Ninja Turtles. At least my husband did. I never got into the Ninja Turtle cartoons, but he did. He liked all of them. I was more like Thundercats and like He-Man and She-Ra than Ninja Turtles. So if I find those vintage toys, though, I kind of geek out a little bit, especially vintage She-Ra toys. But with that, if I get my hands on it, I'll sell it. I don't have a rule where if it doesn't make me $20 profit, I'm not going to sell it. If I would prefer to make $10 profit, but like today I took an offer on an item that severely cut into my profit, but I'd already made back my money and got a profit on the lot because I had sold several higher priced items in that lot already. So I'm perfectly fine with selling lower lots. That being said, these lots are, they're not high priced, and I definitely would not sell a single card. But I think the smallest lot I had was 5, and those were specialty by a specific artist set of cards. Most of the time they were like 30 was my lowest lot, and I think 82 cards was my highest lot, and those were thank you cards. So I'll lock these up and sell them. I'm not going to sell like individual Christmas card. It's not worth my money to do that. It's not worth my time to do that. But if I can lock them all up, these cards that I'm flipping through really quickly now do sell well because they have the specialty envelopes, like they're designer envelopes, and a lot of them have like filigree foiled and raised on them, so they're fancier cards. I don't know how many of you guys are my generation or older, but the Hallmark store used to have a Gold Crowne Club. And my mom was a member of the Gold Crowne Club for the Christmas ornaments because you got early access to Christmas ornaments. So the day before the Christmas ornaments would go on sale, they would be like, they'd close the store early to set it up for the Christmas ornaments. And if you're a member of the Gold Crowne Club, you used to be able to go in the night before and get the Christmas ornaments you wanted because, they were so collectible and so sought after. And my mom was really into that. And every year I remember getting like special ornaments. This Christmas ornament means something. This is really special. And I had a miniature tree that had all the Hallmark very, very small ornaments, and they would only put out a couple different ones a year. So you'd have to really, the scarcity mindset, you'd have to go in and get those and be a member of the Gold Crowne Club and all of that, which it's humorous looking back on because now since I've had children and I have a cat, our Christmas tree is all handmade ornaments and nothing breakable. Like my entire tree was knocked on the floor almost every day last season. So nothing breakable is on our tree, but I have tubs of my old Hallmark ornaments, and I'm kind of biding time until my kids are old enough and my cat just will leave it alone that I can put all my old collectible ornaments. I used to love taking them out of their boxes, putting them on the tree, and then putting them back in their boxes at the end of the year. So anyway, where I was going with that is the Gold Crowne Club. You could also, so you had the Christmas ornament membership, like benefits, but you also had cards. You could also choose to have, like, we would probably consider it like seasonal boxes or like blind bags or subscription boxes essentially, but this was in the 90s. So subscription boxes in the 90s would come and they'd have all these cards in them. Well, I'm going to assume the lady of the household, because I'm extremely sexist when it comes to estate sale stuff like this, I'm going to assume the lady in the household was a member of the Gold Crowne Club. A lot of these are Gold Crowne exclusive cards. I found a lot of Gold Crowne exclusive stickers in there and specific sets. Almost all of these are Hallmark. I would say 2/3 of this large lot of cards is Hallmark cards. So, and most of them say Gold Crowne or Gold Crowne exclusive. And I found a couple like Gold Crowne mailers with like hope you like your Christmas box for this year, or your Easter box, or your spring box and summer box. That's why there's like 4th of July cards, there's Halloween cards, Thanksgiving cards, Valentine's Day cards, Easter cards. It was because of the Gold Crowne Club. I did find a whole bunch of envelopes that were already addressed and stamped. And part of me wanted to be like really weird and go ahead and send them off to these people. But then part of me like, well, what if they're dead? And then would it be weird if they're getting a card from a person who is also probably dead? So a lot of the cards I didn't use because I didn't list because the envelopes had already been addressed and stamped. This person also saved like thank you cards and birthday cards from people. So I found a lot of like personal notes and thank you notes and, birthday wishes and all that stuff. And I always feel so sad throwing them all away. But I could recycle most of this. The shiny cards and the cards with gold, our recycler won't pick up. Our recycler also won't pick up wrapping paper if it's shiny. So I'm aware of that. I can recycle the envelopes, that's fine. But if the cards are a certain material, our recycler will not pick up. So I have to throw certain cards away. Some of them I cut the pictures up and let my kids like collage and decorate with them. So that's another idea. And I don't know, I feel like a hoarder, but my kids always use art projects and they love sticking stuff down. So I just let them have some of the prettier cards and they'd stick them on paper and then glue stuff around them or glitter around them and stuff. So they had fun with that. But there will be 2 other videos of me listing these cards or me sorting through and photographing these cards. So stay tuned to those. Please like and subscribe. Always feel free to comment, share your thoughts, say hi, and please watch my other videos. I'll see you next time.